Let's go. Well, before I start with the content of this show, I like to wait for less than 1 minute just because some people are driving, cooking, doing other things. They need a little bit of time before they can tune in. Some other shows, they wait 5, 10, 15 minutes. On webinars, they even wait half an hour, 45 minutes. But in this case, because these episodes are between 5 and 10 minutes, I think 1 minute should be enough for you. If it's not enough, you can listen to the audio or watch this episode later. Remember, safety first. And that said, I'm going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What is going on? My name is Ben, and welcome to another episode of my daily vlog where I strive to inspire you to achieve your goals and therefore your dreams. How are you? Happy Thursday. And every time I say the opening lines, I remember, most of the times I remember one of my idols on YouTube. His name is Jared Pollan. And he says, Jared Pollan, photo.com. And he always makes me smile every time I listen. I watch many of his videos, just the beginning of it, because they do make me smile every time he says that. And the other thing I was thinking is like this seconds. I count down 5 to 0. And sometimes I am always thinking, not all the time, but many times I'm thinking, oh, these seconds are a little faster than real seconds, and try to slow those seconds down a little bit. Anyway, I'm wasting your time telling you those nonsense thoughts that I have. And today I'm going to read you another segment, part 2 of one of the last segments I have from this book and from Masterplan Your Success. This is the book that I wrote for my daughters, my wife, my friends, and of course for you. And if you don't want to buy the book, which is perfectly fine, and if you're interested in this book, I've been reading you this book. The entire series of this show is basically reading the entire content of this book. So, you don't have to buy the book. You can just watch the shows and you'll get the same content. And part 2 of this segment, entitled Cubic Jail. Okay, so this is part 2. And it says, unlike a real prison, you can escape from your cubicle jail cell. But you gotta have a plan. Depending on your obligations, just walking out your job is sort of financially suicidal. And like the movie The Shawshank Redemption, you need to master plan your escape to real freedom land. Every jail is different. Every inmate is unique. There is no particular way to do it, but there is certainly a way, your way. Okay, so let me know what you think about that. If you agree, if you disagree. Basically, there's always a way. The better you plan, the higher your chances to successfully escape your cubicle jail. I was going to say the more you plan, not necessarily. If you plan for 30 years, well, your life is going away. So you have to plan better, and you have to have a solid plan to escape your cubicle jail. Generally, most of the obstacles we have are money. So how much money are you going to need? Typically, what most people recommend, and I'm not the first ones talking about this, but you need to think, well, what do I want to do? I want to start a photography business, for example. So I need to quit my job, but I need $40,000 a year to, pay my mortgage and all the other things I have. Could be 40, could be 30, could be 20. If you eat pasta for a year or two, you need to make those numbers yourself. And then plan how long it's going to take you to actually kick in with your business. Typically a year is not a lot of time. I will say probably 3 years at least. You need to plan. And again, every situation is different. I'm just telling you what I will do if I will do such a thing. I will plan for at least 2 years, 3 years, ideally, if I can save enough money to survive with the money I have in the bank, basically. But in the meantime, you don't have to go and eat a sandwich and eat a sandwich and eat another sandwich. You need to go and do work and get customers and do all the things you need to do. Anyway, that's my my take on how to escape. And the next episode, I'm gonna reach you a segment called Masterplan Your Cubicle Escape. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in the next episode. Now I have another quote for you from the back of Masterplan Your Success, where I do have a collection of 236 personal quotes. The one that I have for you right now reads, "Violence is never, ever the answer. Self-defense is the last resort exception." Okay? So peace, violence never brings anything positive. Okay, so peace, avoid violence as much as possible. Like again, last resource. If you need to self-defense, well, you have no other option. But you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. That's all that I got for you for this episode. I will be back in about 5 to 10 with the last episode of the night. I'm trying to reach my goal of making 365 episodes during 2019, and I want to do it before December 31st. So that's why I'm trying to. This is episode 357. I have another 8 episodes, and that's it. That's the end of the show. And so that's why I want to come back another episode in 5 to 10 minutes with more content, more free content for you. And if you like this video, please give it a like. Your likes really do help my channel. I really do appreciate each one of them, because I make this show for you, to make it for me, of course, but I do also make it for you. And every time I get a subscription, it makes me so happy. And if you want to learn more about leading a successful life, filmmaking, photography, acting, and audio, subscribe to my channel. That is the kind of content that I produce. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Typically, the very next day, unless I need to research my answer, in which case it'll take me a little longer, but I promise you I will reply to you as soon as I can. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in about 5 to 10